My name is Eliza. I work for Michigan State University Extension as their compost systems educator. So essentially I'm a subject matter expert in composting for MSU Extension, and I work to help people solve their problems or issues with composting, whether it's food scraps or on the farm with manure management, things like that, and creating educational programming, anything around composting. So I grew up in Highland Park, Illinois. It's just outside Chicago. Spent a lot of my childhood out there, but we'd come to Michigan to visit family for holidays, throughout the summer, stuff like that. So I always had family around here. And then I really wanted to experience something new for college, so I started looking at some of the schools in the South. I ended up going to Eckerd College, which was a really small school in St. Petersburg, Florida. When I was at Eckerd, they had a student farm on campus and I needed a job. So I started working as a compost manager for the campus farm. At first I thought I wanted to do something with animal studies, working in a zoo or doing environmental policy work. But then I found that composting might be more than just a hobby for me. So I really found my niche in that. And as I got closer to graduation, that compost program at Eckerd was really kind of like my baby, and I wanted to do something more with it, expand it into the community. So I raised a little bit of money from donations and I started my own composting program that I called Blue Bucket Compost after I graduated. It was really scrappy. It was just me going around to coffee shops, restaurants in the area, picking up food scraps and making compost for a local community farm. And I realized how much that could have an impact on local people, local food systems, and actually be able to make a little bit of a tangible difference in our communities through composting. And I just fell in love with that there. So I was like, how am I gonna do this thing moving from Florida to Michigan? Do I find an apartment first or a job first? And I ended up finding a job that offered me housing working as an assistant director at a summer camp in Chelsea. That was with Michigan United Conservation Clubs. I loved working there, it was really fun, but it was just a seasonal job. So I scoured LinkedIn. I was scrolling LinkedIn every day, just looking for different opportunities, and found this on there. So I applied, went through a pretty long interview process, and started working for MSU in the fall of 2023. I was down on the campus office for most of that first year, and then in September of this year, I moved up here to Boyne City. So now I work out of the Charlevoix County office here in Boyne City, and I love it. I can walk to work, I can walk to the grocery store. We have the lake right here, which is so beautiful. And I just feel like this is the best work-life balance that I've really ever had in my life up to this point. I think that the variety of activities that you can do all year long is what brings a lot of people here. In the summer you have the water and you can go boating, you've got so many fun festivals to go to, but then in the fall the vineyards open up and you can go tour those. And then in the winter you can ski or snowboard or whatever you want to do. There's just such a nice variety that you still get all the 4 seasons, access to water, you get that local community feel, and you really don't need to go that far to experience all those things. You have it all in one spot. This tends to be people's getaway, where you have your house up north or your life on the lake, and I feel really lucky that I get to live here full time now, and it's not just somewhere I come in the summertime. Yeah, there's such a tight sense of community, and you really feel that when you see the people around here, and it makes me feel really lucky to be a part of it. I think if you're looking for jobs, you really got to put yourself out there and try your best not to be afraid. I've had really good success looking online and using some of those websites to my advantage. Make opportunities for yourself to get engaged in the things you love, even if that job might not be there for you. Think about ways that you can create avenues for yourself to still pursue those dreams. And I feel like that's kind of what I did for myself a bit in Florida. I wanted to do more with that composting project and just kind of got scrappy and made something work for myself, and was able to then build on that experience and to get into the job that I'm in right now. Take chances, be willing to bounce back from a little bit of risk, and don't stop looking, because there's always new jobs coming out there and it might just be a matter of timing. Hi, I'm Eliza Hensel, and I chose the North.